So in this video, I am going to talk about using the transforming tools and also the history tool. So here we have a Saluki, we have, I don't know, is that a Parsons Russell Terrier, something like that. And let's say that I have this hat selected and I want to copy it and paste it and put it on the Saluki's head, but we see that it is much too big. So I can use the transform tools. So there's two ways to do that. One is that I can go to edit and transform, and I get a bunch of different options like scale or rotate or skew or perspective. So scale just means that I can make this bigger and I can make this smaller. If I want to rotate it, then I could go to edit, transform, rotate, and rotate it. And I can do a little more rotation here. And if I wanted to make it look like it was coming towards me or going away from me, I could use perspective. Not that I really need that in this situation, but I could use that. And so there are different tools under Edit Transform. But one shortcut to that is if you are on the Move tool, which is this tool at the top of the toolbox, whenever you have something selected, it lets you move it around. And you have Show Transform Controls checked. So this is what it looks like unchecked. I don't have that little bounding box, but when it's checked, then I can actually do a lot of these things kind of freeform. I can't do perspective and fancy things like that, but I can do things like rotating, moving it, making it bigger and smaller, and basically transforming the size and shape of the selection. When you're done, I just always press enter so that I can move on to using another tool. So that is how you use the transform tools. Again, you have edit transform, and you have even other things under there like warp. And if you want to rotate or flip something, you can do that. Or if you just kind of want the quick controls, click on the move tool and then just make sure that show transform controls is checked and you can move things around. The other thing is you may do a couple steps in Photoshop and want to go back in time and undo them. Well, I can undo my last step just with, I'm on a PC, so with Control Z. I can go back in time, Control Z. But if I want more than that, I can go to the upper right hand, and up here I have my history. And here I can go all the way back to different layers, different steps that I used in my history. If for some reason you cannot see this, like let's say it was closed and you could not see it, it wasn't there as an option, you can always go to Window and then History, and your history palette will come up and it will have all those steps. I believe it holds like the default in Photoshop is the last 20 or 25 steps that you have done. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But the transform tools are very useful, especially if you're making a digital collage. And the history tool is very, very useful where you can go back several steps. If you have any questions, please let me know.